Hi, welcome to the EEVblog, an electronics engineering video blog of interest to anyone involved in electronics design. I'm your host, Dave Jones.
Alright, well, welcome again after all these issues. I'll get it sorted out one day. I don't, yeah. Okay, have we got any, we'll start off, any questions? Someone's eating popcorn. This, I've got to admit, this IRC window is much better. It's a pain in the ass to figure out how to log in. It's really weird. Except that it shows all these system messages. Question. Oh. I'm on your 13-foot projected screen again. Netcore 2K. Excellent. I saw the photo of that. If you haven't seen it, it's on the forum, is it, I think? Yeah, and you're watching on a 13, or is it in the comments for the previous live show? He's got me projected on a big 13-foot screen and watching live. That's awesome. Will the next live show be at a Saturday or Sunday morning? I don't know. Well, that'd be Saturday or Sunday night here. Yeah, I could do. It's just that I usually have something on Saturday or Sunday nights. Sunday nights I usually can't do it, and that occasionally alternates to Saturday. So I have a weekly dinner thing I go to on the weekend. So yeah, probably not. This seems to be the most convenient time for everyone. Can I take my Fluke 87 apart? Oh yeah, I can. Geez, everyone's asking that. Yeah, okay, we'll have to do that. You said in the last live show that the Instec is better oscilloscope than the Rigol, but the Rigol with the hack is 100 megahertz and the Instec is only 60 megahertz. How important is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is always important, but it depends how much you value the deep memory. The Instec has 2 meg of memory, which is twice the Rigol memory, but I'm not sure. Somebody's been commenting that the Instec has a similar thing to the Rigol, where once it goes below above a certain sample rate, it drops down, or it's only available in certain modes. So, but yes, I believe the Instec is better in terms of the depth of the memory than the Rigol one. So, and I think it's got an SD card on the front. So if you value those sort of things, they're still very close, I think. But I haven't actually played with an Instec. Yeah. So, but yeah, bandwidth, once, if you're talking the difference between 60 and 100 megahertz bandwidth, it's not that much, really. It's not a huge jump. So I'd probably be tempted to go with the memory depth over the bandwidth in that case. If you're talking maybe 60 to 150 or 200 meg, then yeah, there's a big difference. But yeah, I haven't played with the Instec, so sorry. Dave has a life, no fair. Yeah, I do. Do you prefer making your own PCBs or ordering them? I get them, I don't make them anymore. I used to, I don't, I couldn't be bothered. I answered that on the last show. It's a pain in the ass. It's not worth it. I get them all made by PCB Cart in China. That's where I get my boards made. So, it costs a bit more, but it means you can get double-sided, plate through, solder mask, silk screen, all that sort of stuff for like $40 tooling cost or something for a basic board. It's just, man, if you're making boards all the time, I'm not making boards, I'm not making a couple of boards a week. So really, I might make one project every month or two. I might order a board. So yeah, the cost isn't significant. It isn't a major thing. Why do there's a good question. Why do mini USB connectors always have yellow tape over over the top of them. Quite a few components do this. You'll find other connectors and all sorts of things. The reason it has it, those connectors has the tape. If you've seen a mini USB, I don't have one here. Anyway, the actual connector is not a flat surface on the top. It's got little slots cut into it, I think. And the tape, what they do when they put the tape over is that allows the pick and place machine to come down with the little suction vacuum thing and pick up the connector and move it and place it down on the board. So that's what the tape is for. It's to allow the 103 viewers. Awesome, thank you. So that's what the tape's for. So if you see tape, or if you see one like a header connector, oh god, yeah, I never have anything to hand, but if you see like a standard 0.1 inch header connector and it's got like a little plastic insert in it with a flat surface, that's the same thing. It's designed for the suction part of the pick and place machine to come down, pick up the connector, move it, drop it down, and that's what they're there for. You're a college kid, you don't have that kind of money. Yeah, well, fair enough, make your own boards. I made my own boards for many years. I probably should. Oh, yeah, I'll get it down. Why not? Hang on. This could be funny if I fall off the chair. Alright, here we go. Woohoo! There we go. Didn't embarrass myself. This is my old light box. I made this when I was a kid, and this is what I used to use for developing my own boards, for exposing my own boards. It's a UV light box, so it's got two tubes in there, the UV tubes, and I had a glass. I've probably still got it. Yeah, I've probably still got it somewhere. Hang on. Ammonium, see, I've still got the stuff, ammonium persulfate. I've still got... Here we go, check it out. I've got a box of chemicals, and this is all my old PCB stuff. So let me... Old Farnell positive developer. There you go. AE resist stripper. Is that showing up? There we go. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I had a glass. So the idea was I had a big glass plate on top of here, and this was what... This is a thick glass sheet. These are like, I don't know, 8mm or, 6 or 8mm glass sheets, and just together with these bulldog clips. So I would put my, I would have my board in there with the transparency on top of the board, and I could do two-sided boards. So I could line it up, do two-sided boards like that, and just flip it and expose it on the box. So that's how I used to make boards, but I don't, it's just too messy these days, so I don't bother doing that. And I've still got tons of board left, and oh god, all sorts of things, more chemicals. It's just, yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. So jeez, look at it all. It's crazy. So there you go. That's all my PCB stuff, which I don't use anymore. And I've still got massive, large sheets of pre-sensitized board. So, these are huge. These are 440 millimeters by 305 millimeters. Massive. So I've got like 10 sheets of that or something. That one's only single-sided. That's only single-sided board, but I've got double as well. And So there you go. I got tons of PCB stuff, which I haven't shown before. Woo! What's a millimeter? You imperialists. It's a proper unit, yes. Did you use some special glass? Usually glass blocks the UV light, doesn't it? Yeah, the low iron, ideally you probably should have low iron glass, which I think it's the iron content in glass which actually stops the UV light coming through, but that seems to work fine. I never had any problems. It'd expose in 15 minutes. It just takes longer, I think, for just the exposing. Your audio is clipping from time to time. Okay, sorry, I'll adjust the volume. How's that? Better? Check, 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 check. Is that better? Check. Speak really loudly. Check. Check, check 1, 2. No, too low. Everyone's saying it's too low. Okay, I'll turn it back. Check, check, check 1, 2. There we go. That should be pretty good. No? No one was having clipping problems? Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. There we go. I'll just leave it at that. That's check. Actually, that's probably going to clip. Anyway, let's not muck around with the volume levels. Oh, cool. I hope I'm recording everything. I can't record with the Minicam, so I'm going to rely on the Ustream recording. God help me. I got the backup camera again, but nothing's being shown to the backup camera, so yeah, it's roughly okay. Yeah, best to leave it. I'm not going to muck around. So anyway, there you go. There's my light box. So whew. How much wood could a woodchucker chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Did I get it correctly? 42 kilograms of wood, I think, is the answer. What are all those cables behind me? Let me have a look at the camera. Oh, you're referring to those ones down there? All that pile of mess? That's just, that's a big mains extension cable just tossed in the corner. That's where my thermal chamber will eventually sit, I hope, because I think it just fits between this top shelf and the bottom shelf with a couple of mil to spare. But yeah, I've got to clean all that crap out and put it in, yeah, put it away and tidy it up. So I've just tossed everything there, as I do in my lab. Have I worked on live cables any time? No, not really. I've never been involved in actually doing live mains stuff, not in any industrial equipment. That's, yeah, I always switch the power off. I've never had to deal with stuff live, I guess, is the question. Like, I've worked on live stuff, and you have to be careful, but not in terms of what you're talking about, I don't think so. Do I find there are many women in the EE field or just dudes? They're mostly dudes. Is Thundersqueak here? She's a girl. No Thundersqueak. No Thundersqueak. I think she's the only girl on the forum. I think she's the only girl on the EEVblog forum. Actually, I lie. There's another one I know of. Maybe 3 or something on the EEVblog forum. No, women are rare as hen's teeth. Although it's changing now. It's changing a lot. Back when I was a boy, it was, you know, incredibly rare to have a woman in engineering. Now I don't think so. It's just another subject they choose. And yeah, to find someone really into it You know, like Lady Ada and Jerry Ellsworth, you know, that's still fairly rare, I think. But with all the new hacker maker thing happening, you know, it's not, it's good. Do I have a pet? No, I don't. The wife doesn't let me keep any pets. She says I can't take care of them. I can't even take care of myself. So how can I have a pet? Did I contact Fluke about the problem with the Gsm interference? No, not yet. I will this morning because I know the MD of Fluke Australia. Fluke Australia is just around the corner here from my home, and yeah, I will no doubt there. I'm good friends with him, so I no doubt I will contact him this morning and let him know. So I'm sure they will look into it. I'd be very surprised if they just went silent on it. Yeah. Have I seen a yowie? No, I haven't seen a yowie. Sorry. Maybe I've seen the Black Panther. What we have here in Sydney is the Black Panther. Up in the mountains, there's this mythical this mythical huge Black Panther. So, yeah. Everyone claims they've seen it. It's a, you know, it's one of those things here in Sydney. Ooh, I want to turn on a micro when a voltage gets to a high enough level and then allow the micro to turn itself off. Do you think an SR flip-flop would work, like 2 transistors? Well, you need a level thing first, so you need a comparator to detect when you get to a certain level, which then switches on the power, which switches on a power FET or something like that, which then turns on the micro. But then as soon as the micro boots up, then it needs to latch that thing. So yes, you can. There's many ways to do that. So yes, play around with it. You can probably Google circuits for that sort of stuff. There's plenty out there. There are no girls on the internet. No, Thunder Squeak did not create the electric car. The electric car was created by a former colleague of mine. Hang on, it's getting a bit warm here. It's getting a bit warm. There we go, much better. Okay, no, the car I talked about on the last show, that was created by a colleague of mine I used to work with, so... A fish tank. Yeah, that's probably all I'd be allowed to have as a fish tank. What do I of PIC 32? What question is that? What do I think of PIC 32? Is that your question? I like the PIC 32s. I think they're quite nice. Is Paul Hogan still a celebrity there? Yes, he is. He tried to dodge the tax man. He owed all this tax. The tax department here has been trying to chase him for like a decade or something, and he came back to Australia just last month or something, and they took his passport away. They said he couldn't leave until he paid some ridiculous tax bill, like $70 million or $150 million or something, and he didn't have the money to pay it. It's absolutely insane, but some deal was done and he went back, and now he's back in LA. So would I have the electric car on the show? Yeah, I'll probably have to get in contact with my friend and see if she can take us through. I do have some photos of it, but that's all I've got. But I could probably, if she's still got it, I'm assuming. I don't know, I haven't spoken to her for a couple of years. Is the stream dead? Shouldn't be. No, it's still up on my server monitor. Could I use an inductor with resistance of 25 milliohms? The data sheet says less than 20 milliohms. Yeah, you can. It'll just affect the efficiency of the thing. So yeah, you can. It won't just stop working. It'll still work. But yeah, they obviously tell you that to meet some efficiency target that they claim for the chip or something. 105 viewers, awesome. Because it doesn't give me a viewer count. This Merc IRC program doesn't tell me how many viewers are there. So, yeah, I don't know. Crazy. At least I can see more on the screen at once, which is pretty handy. And it's good because stuff shows up in different colours too. So all these system messages show up in green, so I can just ignore them. And other ones show up in blue, which are if somebody's quit. So I just have to look at the black stuff. Question, how do you get entry-level design experience? Most of the jobs I see want previous experience, but you can't get it without getting your foot in the door. First, there's graduate jobs out there. You've just got to look. And if ones that require a year or two experience, well, you can go for them. They generally won't. If you've got, as I've always said, you need to have experience outside of your your education. You need to work on your own stuff, and that counts as experience towards that counts as industry experience, really. For some people, for some employers, some are dickheads, and they don't understand that sort of stuff's just as good as work. But yeah, it's just keep trying, really. Oh boy. No, there's plenty. I see graduate jobs all the time, even here in Sydney, which is a pretty much a desert compared to most of the rest of the world for engineering jobs, I think. The price of micros has almost tripled in Poland. You think there's a chance for prices to get back to normal? I don't see any price rises in our part of the world, so maybe Poland, there's something wrong with maybe the Polish currency versus the rest of the world. I don't know. But I don't think micro prices have shot up anywhere else, like in the US, which are other companies who actually make them, usually. Any interview tips for getting an internship, or is it the same as landing a job? It's the same as landing a job. Be enthusiastic. Ask questions. I've done 2 blogs on interview tips. So if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. But be enthusiastic and take your own stuff along. Don't turn up empty-handed. #1 rule of engineering interviews, do not turn up without anything. Show something off. Do any other industries use tubes besides high-end audio manufacturers? I don't know, probably. I think in the really high power transmitters and stuff, they still use valves, I think. Don't quote me on that because I'm not in that industry. Yes, I've opened the Fluke in another video. Yes, I have. So, but we can open the Fluke here again if you want. In fact, I promised to open something, didn't I? In fact, I promised to open a mystery German multimeter. Who wants to see inside another German multimeter? Open some shit, someone says. Censored. Me, open it, open it. Yay, yay. All right. You've all seen my Fluke Gsm Metrihit Extra, which I've opened before, and it's really sexy. I love that meter. I'm using that more and more as my everyday meter here in the lab, along with the Fluke 87. I really like that one. I really like it. But back when I started the blog, they also sent me this one, which is the Metrihit World. It's an international multimeter, they call it. Those wacky Germans with their wacky names. They, yeah, it's the Metrihit World International True RMS multimeter, and it's just a it's just like a 4,000 count or 6,000 count, 0.5%. So it's just your regular, 0.5% accuracy meter. But it costs like $400 or something because it's cowed. It comes with the calibration certificate and all that sort of stuff. It's got the safety shutters down the bottom. As you can see, the safety shutters here switch between. That's really groovy. That's really sexy. And they sent me this one. But the thing is, it was a brand new model when they sent it to me, and it failed. Believe it or not, it died. I used it for like, 10 minutes, and it just failed. It started doing all sorts of weird shit, and well, I've got some video of it, actually. It's on my site somewhere, buried away in some subdirectory. And I told them about it, and they said, oh, hold everything, don't do a review of it and all that sort of stuff, and we'll send you another one. So this, I sent it back, and they analysed it, and they sent me a brand new one, so this one works a treat. It was a brand new model. They were having some teething problems with it, but my one failed, but this one here hasn't. And I just haven't bothered to review it because they didn't really get back to me. They said they'd get some new firmware for it and stuff, and it's quite nice. It's got the same similar tilting bail to the other one. It's quite nice, a rubber thing, and let's take it apart, shall we? On the back, there's no battery compartment with it. You've got to take it apart. But there's only 2 screws, I believe, which is really quite neat. And they're threaded machine inserts. Ta-da! Yep, they're threaded machine inserts. Here we go, down here. Ta-da! Threaded machine inserts, 2 AA batteries, which is quite neat, and it's got this shield over the top. It's got one of those poly, those metal impregnated plastic shields. So that comes out with 1 screw, and I think 1 screw, yep. Ta-da! And there we go. That's inside it. Check it out. It's very sexy. It's probably not going to show up in really good quality on this video, but it's very nice. It's beautiful, beautiful construction. There's the thick film resistor network right there, and what I should probably do is put it down on the desk and move the camera over it, maybe. But yeah, it's got the big HRC fuse. It's got the smaller fuse here, and it's got those really nice input jacks. The really nice input jacks that are hand soldered, and they go down like that. They're a real nice solid input thing. And there's MOVs, and there's a GDT, a gas discharge tube. So really nice. It's got lots of protection, and it's a real heavy-duty industrial meter. There's an infrared interface. Infrared interface there, which goes through the transparent case. The case is actually you probably can't see it, but there's like a little transparent window in the case in there, so that allows comms. I think it's for CAL and stuff like that. I don't think there's any PC software for this one, although there might be. You might be able to get some data out of it. But it's really nice, and the range switches is beautiful quality, absolutely superb, and it's a really nice German meter. The quality of construction is just absolutely brilliant. So I'm very impressed with that. Very, very impressed. Ta-da! But so it should be good, because it's like $400 or something. It's for a 0.5% meter. I mean, it does cap. I don't think it's got a low cap range. Yeah, it's only got 10 picofarads minimum, so it only goes down to 10 puff. But yeah, and it does temperature, but it doesn't come with a temperature probe. The Germans, everything's optional extra with the Germans. So yeah, it's crazy, but it's just really, the PCB, the FR4, the quality of the quality of the board material is first class, as good or better than Fluke. So Gsm really know how to make meters. They really do. They know how to make quality. Extra $400 for one cable. Yeah, I think the other one is $400 for the cable or something. Audio clipping. Yeah, sorry, I was probably standing right next to the mic there. Yep, major clipping, sorry. Oops. Yep, because my mic's all the way back there, and yeah, I was standing too close to it. I need to be quieter. So, yeah, very cool. Oh, take the 87 apart. Oh, God. Okay, hang on. Just put this back together, otherwise I end up with shit just scattered all over my desk, and I lose the screws, and it's just really embarrassing and messy. Anyway, that's the Gsm Metri. It's the MetriHit World. There you go. Weird name. I guess they have to say it's, you know, compatible with the rest of the world. I don't know. Comes with the same probes as the other one. Those probes which fit into the 4mm banana sockets, which I found occasionally quite handy, actually. So there you go. Take the 87 apart. All right. Ta-da! Fluke 87. Debug the 87 with my phone. I haven't got my phone here. I'd have to go get it and get the cordless phone and call it all up. So I won't do any more. I might do a second. I might do a second blog on that. I don't know. I might try and, because I wasn't too happy that I didn't kill it. I fully expected to kill it, and yeah, I wasn't too. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I wasn't too happy that I didn't kill it. Very upset. I was hoping that I would... Okay. The Fluke 87's not... I hate the fact that they use these threaded screws, and the battery compartment's not that great, and you've got to open it up to change the fuses. It's not, you know, it's not the be-all end-all meter. I love the way it works and all that. Well, apart from that, no, even the user interface has got quirks on it because it defaults to AC for current, which is just nuts. And well, it's okay if you're measuring AC all the time, but I'm usually measuring DC current, so it's really quite annoying. Ta-da! Look at that. Sex on a stick. Alright, hang on, let me... Ta-da! The board's out. Okay. Actually, I'd have to take the whole damn thing. Yeah. Oh, God. Alright, let's have a look. These screws on this thing are very, very tight, and don't have the correct screwdriver. It's crazy. Ugh. See, the thing is, it's got, you know, it's got a huge metal shielding can on it. It's absolutely massive, and I'm sure the top plastic is probably conductive too. So yeah, it's like one of those mysteries. I've got to undo the extra 4 screws up there, I guess, and pop it completely open. So hang on. This could take a while. Somebody wanted to see it. Any questions while I'm doing it? Not a good enough shield, yeah, obviously. There's obviously like a track in here which, you know, resonates at the GSM frequency. A track and or combination of component that, you know, that somehow, yeah, that somehow just is susceptible. It's a whole combination of things that have to go wrong for this to happen, and it's just a big massive coincidence, really. So ta-da, got it. There's the with the zebra strips in there. I won't turn that upside down because the zebra strips fall out. It's really annoying. And we have, ta-da! There we go. That's inside. I'm not sure if I went this far in the blog. I'm not sure if I took it apart completely like that when I actually reviewed it way back in episode 5 or something like that. So there's something on this side over here. So it's this side over here. I don't know, hang on. I'll put it down on the desk. What I'll do is, okay, I'm close to the mic again. I should try and speak a bit softer. Alright. Here we go. Can everyone see that? Let me... Alright. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. There's the main MSP 430 processor. So it's something on this left-hand edge up here near the LCD. So what have we got there? Let me see if I can... there we go. It's a CD4069. There we go. It's a standard. Sorry, is the audio... Yeah, the audio's clipping. Sorry. I'll try and talk a bit softer. Is that... Yeah, no, sorry, the audio's... Hang on. Okay, is that audio better now? That audio should be better. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, well, I'll leave that audio like that. Hang on, let me move the laptop around so I can see it. And, yeah, so what we have here is we have a CD4069. Okay, and you almost certainly can't read that, but it's a Fairchild CD4069. Now that's a hex Schmidt inverter, if memory serves me correctly. I think it's the unbuffered version, isn't it? God, oh, that's embarrassing that I can't actually remember. But they are no, it's the 4049, I think, which is famously the unbuffered versions are. Hang on, no, it's got a B. It's a CD4069. Oh, the light's not good here. CD4069 UBC. So there you go. That's the device used there, and I reckon it's something probably in that. That seems the most likely culprit. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing on the underside. I mean, there's some shielding, but there's no circuitry. There's no circuitry under there on the left-hand side. So, yeah, my guess would be something to do with that. What that circuitry does, I don't know. There's an LED. What's that? Is that like a... That looks like an LED or something. It's weird. I don't know what that is. Anyone got any ideas? Sorry, I can't follow the chat. Poor preamp. I need an audio compressor really badly. Sorry guys, How's that? Is that audio better now? Is that audio better? Yes. Sorry guys. I don't know what's... Yeah, the audio's weird. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, anyway, that's a CD4069 UBC. So I reckon something in there. If anyone wants to calculate what the wavelength of a GSM frequency is in terms of a track, I don't know, but there's something clearly, something in there which is causing it to lock up the firmware. I guess you'd have to do a pin out of the MSP 430 and find out where the, I don't know, the reset pin or something, you know, there's clearly something going on anyway. So that circuitry is susceptible to GSM. Yeah, I won't analyze that any further, I don't think. Well, hey, whoa, there we go. Yeah, I don't think the live blog is probably the best place to debug that, so we'll leave it at that, I think. But there you go. That's inside the Fluke 87.5, and clearly it's the left-hand edge. That circuitry there, CD4069, and I reckon something in there is causing the LCD to screw up. Well, A, the LCD to screw up, and B, resetting the processor in somehow, and ultimately killing the firmware. So, yeah, go figure. Very, very strange. So, I don't know. Fluke have to look into it, because I don't have the schematics for the 87.5, I don't think. Has anyone seen the schematics? If anyone wants to send me the schematics, I'm sure I'll most likely have a look today to see if the mystery component was a cell phone detector, yeah. Will we see the launch pad in a video anytime? Ah, oh, yeah, I'm just lazy. They're here. Here we go. I've even got one right in front of me. TI launch pad, you know. Yeah, I was going to do a wanking unboxing of it, and you know, and there it is. But I haven't actually hooked it up and done anything with the. There it is. There's the TI launch pad. Terribly unexciting stuff. Well, no, it's exciting from the point of view of you know, the actual the cost, the actual price point, $4.30. One of the chips on there is like, you know, $2.50 at Mouser or something like that, you know, in 1,000 quantity or something. It's crazy. So the price point is really, oh, there's the USB connector. There you go. There's the USB mini that somebody asked. You see how it's got yeah, you see how it's got the little slots in the top? Well, because those slots are there, the machine can't come along. It's got no flat surface. It needs a nice flat surface for the suction cup to come down, pick it up and move it onto the board. So that's why those connectors, right at the start of the show, someone asked why it has a Mylar tape on top of it. So there you go. So TI Launchpad, somebody on the forum complained that the software didn't work or something. So just the Hello World program out of the box just didn't work. I don't know. Go figure. Anyway, I've got 3 of those. So, whoop. Let's just turn the audio back here. Alright, audio's back. Whew. Sorry to be a noob, but what does it do? The TI Launchpad. The TI Launchpad is a development board for the Texas Instruments MSP 430 value line chips. It's like an Arduino. It's, you know, similar to an Arduino or a PIC little development board. Same concept. It just allows you to play around with the Texas Instruments microcontrollers very cheaply. $4.30 delivered to your door. Crazy price. Get one. Can I blow something up? No, I'm afraid not. No, I better not. Probably end up killing myself. What's the basic capability of the MSP430R? One of them's got, they've only got like 2 kilobytes of flash. They're not very big. They claim to be bringing out newer models in the series. They claim to have they will have a complete series, but it's a brand new series of chips, the value line. And they're just not, they're not high end. They're designed to be very cheap low end microcontrollers. They've got ADCs. There's one, I think the board has the ADCs on it, and they give you another chip in there as well. They actually give you a second chip because it's got a socket. You can just plug the chip. They're in dip packages. So, is the PicKit 3 worth buying? Yes. Yes, the PicKit 3 is worth buying. It's not as bad. You know, everyone sees my review of the PicKit and thinks it's this horrible, horrible device, but it's not. I use it myself. Just compared with the PicKit 2, just adjusting the audio, at the time, the PicKit 2, I didn't like it. It didn't compare very well to the PicKit 2. So, yeah, it's crazy. Show us some of the weird controls of the German HAMEG scope. Oh, yeah. Good, it's not hooked up. There you go. I can't see those. I can't see those. But, yeah, it's a combined digital and analog scope. So it's digital and analog, and you have to go through weird modes to switch between the analog and digital, and it's not a traditional sort of, you know, these analog / digital ones are traditionally much harder to use than just a straight analog scope. The HAMEG analog ones on their own are very good. Well, so is this. It's very good. It's just a bit convoluted. It's got to figure out, and it's got on-screen readout and cursors and all sorts of stuff, and to figure out, just to switch modes is crazy. I mean, it's not that hard once you know. Once you actually know, it's not that hard at all. I found interesting info. PDF chip of the Fluke. All inputs are protected from damage. Yeah, most chips are protected by damage, but it's not that. I think it's putting the chip into some weird mode which actually programs it. This is when it gets bricked. It's obviously putting the MSP430 chip into some firmware programming update mode, and it just kills it. So yeah. It's crazy, but there's obviously some sort of bootloader in there. It's programmed with a bootloader, because if you've seen the video on the forum of the one that was actually bricked, it does still power up. It powers up, displays F8 on the screen, and shows, you know, all sorts of weird, you know, also, you know, weird stuff like that. It says, I've lost my firmware, and I'm sure you can just send it new firmware, and it'll most likely be fine. So I don't think anything's actually damaged. I think it just lost its firmware. That was it. Can you break your whiteboard and explain what a Schottky is? A Schottky is well, I'd have to get into the... If you wanted to know the difference between a Schottky and a standard diode, I'd have to go into the physics of it. I don't really want to... That's nasty shit. It's part of the manufacturing and all that sort of stuff. I don't really want to do that. I'm sure there's a good PDF or something out there. A Schottky is just a faster, lower voltage drop diode. That's basically what it is. It's better than standard silicon. But you'd have to go into manufacturing process technology and stuff to understand. Can I speak some German? No, I suck. My German sucks. No, das ist. I don't know. This is something like, no, I'm not even going to attempt German. No. Oh, by the way, Germany. There's that huge trade show in Germany, the Electronica trade show in November. November 20th or something like that. And I'm asking around to see if I can score a trip to Germany, to see if I can go and blog it, see if I can go blog the event. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if somebody can get me there. That'd be awesome. No, I don't have a MS degree, masters and all that shit. Can I see any similar tips to the one about analog and digital ground in the high-speed digital design book you mentioned once? I've mentioned ground currents and stuff in previous live blogs. I'm going to have to do an entire blog on that, so I think I'll leave that to do a proper, you know, I'll do like probably have to do a 20-minute or half-hour tutorial on it. What type of diode drops the most voltage if you wanted to drop 14 volts to about 10 volts? Those silicon power diodes, the big, beefy silicon ones usually, just the standard, very slow, like a 1N4004 kind of diode. They've got high drop at high current. It depends on the current because the curve is not, you know, the curve isn't linear. So, so yeah, I would use the slow power type. Well, no, you can get the silicon ones too. Just a standard silicon diode. They are going to drop the most. So, but it all depends on what current you run them at. So just a standard 1N914 will drop, you know, 0.6 volts at, you know, 20 milliamps or something. I don't know. I don't know the figure off the top of my head from the extrapolated from the curve. Just wanted to know what they're used for, the old shotkeys. The shotkeys are used for high frequency stuff. So if you're doing a DC to DC converter that's switching at 100 kilohertz or a megahertz or something like that, I know that doesn't sound like high frequency, but yeah, trust me, you're going to need a Schottky. Or if you're doing RF stuff, you need a Schottky diode if you're doing an RF, you know, RF work or something like that. So the Schottkeys are designed to be very high speed, and B, they have a lower voltage drop at a particular current than a standard silicon. So if your voltage drop's important, because when you pass current through Ohm's law, you know, if you pass current through a diode and it's dropping X amount of voltage, that diode is dropping X amount of power too. It's wasting X amount of power. So if you're designing DC to DC power supplies, DC to DC converters, anything, any sort of power circuitry, Schottkys are going to be much better because they drop less voltage for a given current and hence dissipate less power. So there you go. But yeah, some people do that. They just string diodes in series to drop 14 volts down to 10 volts. You can get away with that depending on what you're actually powering. Swedish, what's the pirate party? There's a pirate party in Sweden? Cool. I love it. I love it. Vote for him. Vote for the pirate party. Am I working on the review blogs for the LCR meters and the Heiko FX888? Yep, they'll probably be next. I got sidetracked by the Fluke problem and other things, so yeah, it's I have to get back to those reviews. Any place to get coloured crocodile clips? Purple, orange, pink? God, I don't know. Local electronics store. Depends where you're from. Crispy Diode. I love your username, Crispy Diode. White will drop 3 volts. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. A LED. A LED, if you want to drop a lot of voltage, don't use a diode, use an LED. And the good thing about that, because a standard red LED like might drop 1.8 volts or something at 20 milliamps or something like that. So you can actually use diodes as voltage drop devices and voltage regulators too. And the good thing about it is that it can double as your power LED. So not only if you've got if you've got a what am I talking about? Yeah, if you've got a power supply and you want, say you've got a 5-volt power supply and you want to drop that down to 3 volts and you want to do a minimum parts count, then you can just do that using a LED. So you can drop the 5 volts down to roughly 3 volts or 3.2 volts or 3.3 or something like that. It's not going to be accurate. So if you don't need accuracy, if you want to drop 5 down to 3.3, for example, stick an LED in there in series with a resistor down to ground, and that will actually drop the voltage 5 volts down to 3.3, as well as giving you a power LED at the same time as a bonus. So there you go. That's a little trick you can use to actually lower your parts count in a design if you don't need an accurate voltage source. A LED works quite well. And yes, the white ones, the white LEDs, they're going to drop about 3 volts or something like that at full current, or less than that at lower currents. But yeah, white or blue. How much current can you draw from a DC to DC converter? The max 3406, the 34063 in boost configuration with an external switch. Oh God, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the data sheet off the top of my head. You'll have to look up the data sheet. It really depends on your external switch. What your external, I think the limit is the limit of your external switch. It's not the limit of the device. Because once you choose to use an external switch, that's it. It's just a controller. So you can control presumably hundreds of amps. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But Dave's ranting on for 1 hour plus 5 minutes. Excellent. Well, it's still only 8:38, so I can still keep going. And hopefully it's all recording. So do I have any tips for a good scope that is 50 to 100 megahertz that is relatively cheap? Fulkman, are you talking about analog or digital? Because that makes a difference. Brand new digitals, get the Rigol or the Instec for about $400. Both of them can be had for $400. If you're talking analog, you can get a 50 to 100 megahertz analog one for under $100, and they're a bargain. I think every electronics lab should have an analog scope as well, just because they're so cheap and they're handy. So, and having a second scope is really handy, let alone the low noise performance of them and stuff like that, and the real-time screen updating, which you can't get on a Rigol or an Instec. They just don't have the real-time updating you can get on an analog scope. You've got to pay $3,000–4,000 for a digital scope before you can match the performance of an analog. Know of any good inexpensive frequency generators? A standard one on the market is, you can, in eBay there's a VC, I think it's a VC1000 or a VC2000 or something on eBay. It's really cheap, it's like $100. It seems reasonable enough for the price. What else have we got? Do I wear sunglasses at night? No. I do have very sensitive eyes, though. I wear sunglasses all day, especially driving. I can't drive without my sunglasses. I love sunglasses. And it's good to protect your eyes. They're fully polarized. So, yeah, that's why I've still got my eyesight. Probably. Da-da-da. Do you need any knowledge of electrodynamics to design a good PCB? That's a weird question. Electrodynamics. you need all sorts of knowledge to design a good PCB. You need high frequency knowledge, you need EMC knowledge, you need manufacturing knowledge, you need all sorts of knowledge to lay out a good PCB. Yeah, those cheap frequency counters from eBay, I'm sure they're not very good, but they're good enough. You know, for $100 or something, I think they're pretty good value. What's the purpose of a triangle wave? No one seems to ever use the damn things. Oh, there's a few obscure uses, but you know, because it's a ramp, it allows you to ramp things and test things with a ramp. So, but yeah, not very useful in general stuff. Am I happy with the new web host? One that was down a lot. Yes, I am now. Sorry about all the hosting problems I've been having. If you haven't been keeping up with Twitter and the forum, I'm still with sitecloud.com, they're called. And they're only a new hosting company. I didn't know that when I joined them. I probably wouldn't have joined them if I knew they were so new. They only started in June or something, I think. But yeah, they hosted on my website on the Amazon cloud. Yeah, but they had last couple of weeks. It's just been going downhill completely. I've been getting 20 errors. My website would be down 20 times a day. It was crazy. And they tracked it down. It was happening not just to me, but to all of their customers. Oh, it was horrid. And but they finally fixed it. And the problem was that they couldn't get their proprietary front-end software working properly with the Amazon cloud. It was the Amazon cloud was doing weird shit. And they couldn't get it working. So they've ditched Amazon. I can't believe it. They ditched Amazon and they've gone with somebody else. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but they've gone with someone else and it works brilliantly now. It's super quick, hasn't gone down once. The error rate on my database is just, boom, plummeted down to 0.05% or something. It's fantastic. So yeah, the new host is looking brilliant. I'm going to stick with them until, until something else goes wrong. So they look really good. Looks really good now. I'm very, very pleased. So if you do see any problems at all with the website, there's a particular thread in the forum. Please report anything at all because it should not fail from now on. How do you convert candles to lumens? Oh, I haven't done that. I haven't done that conversion for ages. Sorry, I forget off the top of my head. I'm sure you could type it into Google. Google calculator will do it for you. Type into 50 lumens in candles or something. Google will probably do it for you. The Google Translate thing's handy sometimes. Yeah, someone wouldn't recommend the art of electronics for beginners personally. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really a beginner text. It's very good. I mean, it's awesome. It's good as a reference. So once you've, but yeah, like someone absolutely starting out, I wouldn't recommend Art of Electronics either. It's more when you've got, a couple of years experience and you want a good reference book on there for the more ins and outs of electronic design. The Amazon deal, will it be usable on Amazon UK sometime? I don't know. Sorry, I don't. My affiliate, if you want to buy anything through Amazon, go through my website first and I get a 6% cut. Awesome. So if you're thinking about buying a Rigol or something else, buy it through Amazon please, and I get 6%. Woohoo! So yeah, that's working, but not through the UK. I don't know why UK doesn't work. Maybe I have to sign up separately for the UK one. I'm not sure. So yeah, sorry. Have I seen a good movie the last time? No, I haven't watched any movies for ages. Have I used the microchip Wi-Fi chips? No, I haven't. But they look pretty good with the integrated. Everyone's doing integrated Wi-Fi microcontrollers now. So I believe Atmel have one and TI have one as well. TI have an MSP430. It's using the watch. I've got the watch. I haven't got it on. It's inside. I won't run in and get it. But I've got the Texas Instruments 430 Chronos watch. So I'll probably have to review that. I don't like it that much. The display is not very good. I'm not real happy. Any thoughts on the cheap IR reworkstation posted on the forum? I saw that. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it works fine. As to its reliability, I don't know. And its quality of construction, I'm sure it's built down to a price. In which language do I program my micros? C. I program almost exclusively in C, with a little bit of inline assembly occasionally if I need to. Can I explain why I like PIC32s? Okay, that's a good question. Because I like the microchip, the pricing is very good on the PIC32s. The pricing is better than a lot of the ARM parts. I know people will claim that, but that's not what I found. I found the PIC32 is a bit lower cost than the ARM devices, because anyone who manufactures an ARM device has to pay a license fee to ARM. And whereas the PIC32 is a MIPS 4000. And I'm not sure if they pay a license fee for that. They probably do, but it's much, much smaller. So Microchip can, in theory, make cheaper chips than ARM. And I like it in that it's the same tool suite, the same programmer, all that sort of stuff across the entire PIC line. So from the little 5-pin 8-bit PICs right up to the 32-bit PIC32s, the same package, you know, and well, the compiler's different, but it's all in the Microchip MP Lab interface. You use the PICkit 3. Yeah, it's nice. I just like it. There's nothing wrong. ARM's great too, but yeah, so are the Atmel. The other Atmel 32-bit ones are fine too. All, you know, they've all got their pros and cons. But yeah, I just like them because they're low cost. You can get them. They're available. They're low cost, and I'm familiar with the tool suite. So I guess there's a bit of bias there. Will microcurrents be available anytime soon? The microcurrent kit, yes, I've ordered 30 of them. I now have all the parts for 30. I have to send them away to my assembler to get them assembled. I don't know if I'll have them back in time because I go to the US in 3 weeks, under 3 weeks time. So I'm not sure if I'll have them back before then. But thanks for reminding me. Probably should have sent them away today to my assembler, but I've got all the parts. So if they're not available before I go away on October 9th or something, then they'll be available when I get back, I hope. And I'm going away for 2 weeks or something, 2.5 weeks to the US. And hopefully Germany, if somebody can hook me up with a ticket to Germany to go to that trade show, I'll be in Germany. I'll be in that. Oh, geez, I need more water. Do you have any word about digital signal controllers from Microchip? The DSP, the Microchip DSP, once again, they're pretty handy devices, and they're once again the same tool chain is all used. So they're the they're only the 16-bit DSPs though, so they're not incredibly powerful, but you know. Yes, I'm coming to California. I'm going to LA, going to Los Angeles. I'll be staying 2 streets away from Disneyland. So yes, I will be in California. If anyone's got any really cool, interesting stuff for me to see in California, drop me a note. So it's 048 here in Israel. Hi, anyone watching from Israel? Wow, it's 12:48 a.m. in Israel. Fantastic. It's 10 to 9 here in Australia. So can you say what I'm going to LA for? I'm going to LA for a conference. I'm going there for a conference. Not sure if I'm... Yeah, I can... Yeah, if you want to know, you can email me. But I'll be at a development conference for one of the major manufacturers over there. Yeah, you can turn up and say hi, but it's very expensive. It's a very expensive conference. And I'm sure somebody will be able to find out what it is. It's 2 streets away from Disneyland. There you go. So yes, I'm going over there for a conference, and then I'm going for a holiday, a 10-day holiday after that, which we still haven't decided where to go for our 10 days holiday. Me and the wife, but I will be over there. It depends on, I might be doing other stuff. I might do a visit to some company over there, like Agilent or somebody, maybe if I've got time and I'm in the right location. Want to get a burrito. No thanks. Yeah, so either we'll be staying in California, just in California, or maybe drive around the surrounding states or something like that. Or we'll be flying over to the East Coast to Orlando to go to the Harry Potter theme park world. But that's, yeah, I don't know if we've got the time to do that, because it takes like, how long does it take to fly from LA to Orlando? It takes like 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours or something. So unless we go at night, we waste a whole day there and back. So don't forget to visit the HP house. Yeah, I've been to the HP house. I haven't been inside. So maybe I'll talk to Agilent and see if I can do a blog from the HP garage. That would be awesome. Imagine me sitting in the HP garage doing a blog. Oh, far out. That'd be great. Orlando is weak. No, I like Orlando. I love Orlando. Miami sucks. Sorry to anyone from Miami, but I didn't like Miami at all. Orlando was very nice. They've spent a lot of money doing Orlando up. It's great. That was a couple of years ago. I'm sure it's even better now. No, I didn't graduate from MIT. Go to Seattle. I've been to Seattle. I love Seattle. Very nice. I don't think we'll get that far north, though. And it's cold this time of the year. The wife hates anything cold. So, yeah, I think we'll have to stay down south. Come over to Phoenix and we'll get you into Microchip. Yeah, I could visit Microchip. See, that's the thing. I could really turn it into a big electronics blog road trip if I wanted to, but I promised the wife a holiday, and yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, she's got 4 days off, 4 or 5 days off in LA while I'm at the conference, so yep. See ya, Varl. Thanks for turning up. Bring my passport if I go to Arizona. Why? They got extra security there, do they? Do I have a spare 2x4 and some hungry pigs? It's a US joke, surely. Oh dear. I don't get it. I could try and meet Mr. Head from the video response of the pick kit. Yeah, I could. What upcoming personal projects do I have planned? I've got a really funky little power supply coming up. It's hopefully, and on that I want to do another watch, and I want to do. There's a few other projects I want to do. I just don't have the time. It's a pain in the ass. Whoa, that's one hell of a question. I have a suggestion about the live show. Many blogs making before the show a forum topic that everyone writing their questions before the show. Chat room is more quiet. Ah, right, if there's a list of questions I answer. Well, I don't know, it's not as dynamic as this. I think, rant about something. What would you like me to rant about? Yep, I can rant about something. I've got an opinion on pretty much everything. No rants. Oh, come on. I ranted about aliens last time. That was fun. Flew right in water. How important is having a solder fume extractor for your hobby electronics desk? Yeah, I've got 2 fume extractors. I've got the Pace I've actually got 2 of those. It's a Pace fume extractor. Really important because solder fumes are horrid. Those rosin flux fumes, they're just, they're really bad for your health. I find they don't work that well as a filter because you've got to be soldering right under it. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I just turn it backwards and a fan just blows it away, and I open the garage door and stuff like that. But yeah, yes, please take precautions when you solder. I highly recommend it. Any good RF projects for a beginner? FM bugs. FM bugs are really good. Play around with those. They're really fun. I played around with those when I was a kid. I've got the whole set of Talking Electronics. Go look up talkingelectronics.com. They're an Australian company. I think it's .com. And build little FM bugs with a couple of transistors. You can transmit your voice to an FM radio, and they're really fun. And you learn a lot about RF, and you learn a lot about designing the coils and stuff like that. US customs form on the TI side is retarded. Yeah, weapons of mass destruction. I know. It's totally retarded, isn't it? Rants, meta power. Rant about rants. How do I rant about rants? I love rants. Rants are great, and I'm going to have a rant about rants. Rant about USB scopes. Oh, I don't. Yeah, USB scopes. I don't like them. You can get some good ones. You get the high-end ones, but they're just nothing like, you got to have a computer on your desk, you got to have the thing, and you got to have the software running, and you got to use the mouse as the user interface. What's that shit? Using a mouse as a user interface. Get a real bloody oscilloscope. Don't get one of those stupid, idiotic, I'm peaking, there we go, I better turn it down. Don't get one of those stupid, idiotic USB scopes, please. Don't like USB scopes. God. What is my favourite pet peeve? Oh, geez, that's interesting. I don't know. What, electronics or anything in general? I don't know. I said last time a good one is smoking. I hate people who smoke. If you want to smoke and kill yourself, go and do it. Fine. Just don't do it around me. Yeah, yep. Oh, the rant about the Pope. There you go, flying spaghetti monster. That's what it's all about. May you be touched by his noodly appendage. Hope I've offended a lot of people there. But, yep. Oh, the Pope. Oh, I hate the Pope. I've been to the Vatican. The Vatican's cool, but just from the architecture point of view and how they stole everything back in the old, they stole all the marble off the Colosseum to build the Vatican and all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, that's very cool, but that's the only cool thing about the Catholic Church, I think. So there you go. Yeah, don't like the Pope, and covering up all the child abuse. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. All of them should step down at a minimum. There you go. What about real USB scopes like the Picotech? Well, Picotech started out being toys, and some of them are still toys. And Agilent make a USB scope, and Rigol make a USB scope, and they're really quite high end. But they're still USB scopes. They don't have knobs that you can twiddle and stuff. I just don't like them. They're great if you want to do data log into a PC. They're fantastic, okay? But they're not, as a general purpose lab scope, do not get a USB scope. I'm telling you. Rant about my mic. What's wrong with my mic? I love my mic. It's a Samson USB condenser mic. I love it. Rant about peaking. Yeah, sorry. Look, it's hard to get the volume level right. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, peaking sucks. Did I get molested there? No, I didn't get molested, but freaking yeah, the Pope covering, the Catholic Church colouring up all that child abuse. It's disgusting. So, yeah. Oh, what's my position on gun ownership? Oh, my audience is mostly US. I don't like. No, I'm anti-guns. I don't like. I don't like guns. I like our strict gun laws here in Australia. I really do. Sorry, anyone. I know it's a great sport and all that sort of stuff, and you know, I've got a friend who owns handguns and he goes pistol shooting and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't like it. I'm pro gun laws. Absolutely. As usual, there's pros and cons both ways, but yeah, rant about audio fools. No, I've already done that. They're a bunch of dickheads. Did I study at university or at college? Or yes, I studied at 2 different universities and college as well, at a technical college here in Australia. But that's a long story. So, all here in Sydney, by the way. Don't get me started. Fire a gun, it's fun. I did when I was a kid. But yeah, I know it's fun, but geez, no, sorry, rant on the death penalty? I could. A lot of people deserve it, including some US presidents. But yeah, I don't know, pros and cons there too. I know, for the record, not all of us gun owners are nutters. Yeah, I know, it's a different argument to that, you know, not all gun owners are nutters, I agree. There's a really great video, there's an Australian guy who does this song. He's a musician and he's a gun owner. What is it? I Love My Guns or something. Go and check it out. It's a really great video. It's fantastic. I love it. I think it's called I Love My Guns or something like that. I love guns. So I think if you Google that on YouTube or something, you'll probably get his video. It's really hilarious. I love it. Which unis? University of Western Sydney and the University of Technology Sydney both suck. What do you think about these high-powered lasers being sold to the masses? Oh, yeah, I mean, these 1 watt lasers you can get on eBay for a couple $100. They're dangerous shit, really. They are really dangerous. But fun, I'm sure. So, yeah. Now I've done it. What have I done? Who have I pissed off? All the Yanks with their guns, right? Yeah. Nah, sorry, I'm pro-gun laws. Doesn't mean you're a nutter, but, yep. What's that? I might get pulled over at customs. Every home needs an Uzi. Right. Nah, a good baseball bat. I reckon there's much more pleasure in beating an intruder with a baseball bat than shooting him with a gun. Absolutely. Good baseball bat or a cricket bat. I think that'd be much more enjoyable. Thoughts on the legalisation, decriminalisation? Now we're getting into all the cool topics. Electronics has gone out the window because we've already passed like an hour and a half, so electronics is gone. So I'll just finish it up with a few rants, I think. Thought on the legalisation, decriminalisation of marijuana? Yes, I'm pro legalisation of marijuana, I think. I don't see the point in making it illegal when cigarettes and all sorts of other shit are legal, you know? I mean, I don't see any point in actually arresting people for the possession of marijuana. It's crazy. I don't smoke it. I've never smoked it. I've never smoked. I'm not into drugs, but I don't, you know, shit. There's a lot worse things out there than marijuana. I don't, you know, I think if you legalised it, a lot of problems would go away, especially, I think, in the US. You've got a lot of border stuff coming from Mexico, I think. So, no, I didn't do a PhD. No, I hate PhDs. Are you into the theory that much? No. Theory and math? No. I'm a practical guy. No. My brother-in-law, he's got a PhD in laser physics. But no, I don't. Blu-ray protection, I don't know about Intel fail, sorry. Rant about Intel, I don't know. Don't have any opinion there. I don't know what the latest news on Intel is. Or is there an Intel fail, is there? What's failed with Intel? People's driving on highways. Yeah, I can rant about that. hardware unlock features. Yeah, well, the new Rigol scopes are hardware locked. The new Rigol 6000 series, I've heard from a source that yeah, the different bandwidth versions are just hardware, just like software locks, you know. So they've got the full bandwidth. Same with all the Agilent ones and all the other ones on the market. You know, they sell these, you know, 1 gigahertz, 2 gigahertz scopes, and you pay double. You pay an extra 10, 20 grand, and it's just a switch. And yeah. Yeah, so right on, Dave. Good man, Dave. Dave's a stoner. Yeah, I'm a stoner. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't see why marijuana should be criminalized, especially arresting people for possession. That's just stupid. Arresting people for drug possession. I guess that's just, you know, if you've just got a joint in your pocket, I think that's just stupid. It's a waste of police resources. Go and catch the real criminals, you know? Jeez. If you make it legal, more people aren't going to smoke it. It's just bullshit. Math is fun. No, God, no, I hate math. More math on the blog. No, I hate math. I really do. With digital signals such as HDMI, do the $50 cables have any legs to stand on in terms of quality, or is there more fool being parted with their cash? It's more fool being parted with their cash. Generally, the shielding might be a bit better on the more expensive cables, which is important. The impedance might be controlled better on HDMI cables. But no, generally you're throwing money down the drain after a certain point, which is probably about $10 or $20. Lithium battery fails. I've never had a lithium battery fail. Touch wood. 3D printers. I love 3D printers. The future is 3D printers. I reckon in a couple of years, I think I mentioned maybe this on the radio, my Amp Hour radio show. The future is everyone will have a 3D printer. You'll be able to buy them. You know, at the moment the MakerBot is the only cheapest one out there, but once the Chinese get a wind of people want these 3D printers, it's all over for MakerBot. And yeah, I'd love the day when I can, you know, buy a 3D printer for a couple of $100. Brilliant. Math is many things, but fun isn't one of them. Absolutely. Math geeks. Any plans on building a quadcopter? No, I haven't got the time to work on my current projects, let alone a quadcopter. That'd be fun. I'd love to. If I didn't have a job, a wife, and a blog, I'd probably be building a quadcopter, yeah. Lithium-ion portable design. Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, I've got my... Do I still have it? Yeah, look. If anyone's seen I've got my tinfoil hat. Ta-da! Tinfoil hat time. Any conspiracy questions? Tinfoil hat. If you didn't see that on my Fluke blog... If you didn't see it, it's past the credits. On my Fluke blog, watch past the end of the credits. At the end. No, it's not tin, it's aluminium, yeah. Alfoil, it's called in Australia, alfoil. Short for aluminium foil. I feel much better wearing the tinfoil hat. Anything to take apart? Yeah, I was going to take apart one of my Keithley sources here, but I don't have time now. It's already 9:10, so I better call it quits in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I'll save that for the next blog. So the next blog, yeah, if you remind me, I'll take apart one of my Keithley. I've got 4 Keithley sources. I can do from 1 nanovolt or less than a nanovolt up to 1,000 volts, and I can do from like 1 femtoamp up to, 100 milliamps. I can, yeah, all these Keithley, they're really cool bits of gear, those Keithley bits. They're very old. They're like 20 years old, but they're awesome. So, yeah, I'll take those apart next time. Cool. Anyway, I better call it quits, guys. It's like, yeah, it's 9:10. I've got to get to work, and yep. So, yeah, I'll take apart stuff next time. It's been more than an hour and a half. Yeah, Keithley, some of their new gear is crap, I've heard. But, yeah, all their old gear, all the old Keithley gear is awesome. So, yeah, thanks, guys, for showing up. I won't spend any more time on it. I've already... hour and 40 minutes is a hell of a blog. And hopefully I've got the recording from Ustream, but it's only going to be the Ustream recording. Sorry, I'll sort it out eventually one day. G'day. Thanks. And adios. 1:11 a.m. in Israel. Thanks for staying up if you're in those countries where it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. Wow. Because, sorry, most of my audience are in the US, so this is a good time. It's like Sunday afternoon in the US. So, or it's either Sunday night or it's Sunday afternoon. So, yeah. So it's a convenient time for most in the US, and I think it's very late night in Europe, Germany, and England. It's probably midnight or something. Yeah, 11. Okay, it's past midnight in the UK. Yep. All right. Sorry about the microphone peak. I've got to. One day I'll sort out all the tools for